So I'm making this video for what I believe is the missing gap in the treatment recovery field. People not getting the proper care they need for the in between, like so say like this, say you finish a 30, 60, 90-day treatment detox stay, and then when the rubber meets the road, what do you do now? Um, there's a word we use in recovery and around the way that's chronic relapsers, right? Like every time, make it through a treatment facility, the first thing that goes wrong, back to getting high. So, what my heart and what my passion is, and what my hopes for my future with the LLC I started, Spiritual Gangster Recovery LLC, is that um, I will be able to get into treatment facilities offering my services while they will still have the ability to bill Medicaid and keep everything afloat. I've done a lot of research into this, and let alone my 2.5 decades of lived experience and getting high in jails and institutions and overdoses and all the things that have happened to me in my life. Um, I think it would be great. Like, I wish there would have been a me that could have came along and been like, listen, Joe, it's not the drugs, that's a symptom. The problem is the way you think, act, and behave. And if you don't change those things, you're going to die. So, um, that's my hope and my goal with this recovery coaching, content creating, and uh, the brand and the philosophy of 12 stepology. I hope and pray to be able to use to help save and change some people's lives. Um, I've been working on this for it ain't even been a year yet since I started the LLC, and kind of starting from the ground in a rough spot in my life as it is, and you know, um, faith is a big spirituality is a big part of my story and my recovery, and I believe this is a vision that God gave me years ago, and now I'm working on trying to make it come to fruition. Um, with the big goal being having my own little treatment facility with a recovery cafe and some recovery homes myself. So, um, that's it's an epidemic, man. There's people dying as we speak right now from fentanyl overdoses and crime and all the things that people are incarcerated. In my experience, most of the people incarcerated are addicts. And some addicts are alcoholics in some form, fashion, or way. So, treating the problem would be what I would think would be the solution. Instead of like Band-Aid, let's just go lock you up, um, and hope something changes, right? Even in facilities, there's not much rehabilitation at all that goes on in there. Um, more CBCFs. Treatment facilities are popping up left and right, and everybody's got their own little twist and take on how they think it should be. But, there's a place where recovery coaching could fill in a lot of gaps. You know, um, Burnout's a real thing. And uh, I've had the blessing of working in treatment before so far, and I plan on doing it again in the future. Um, Actually, with the rest of my life, I dedicated it to service and helping the next addict alcoholic person with mental health find a new way of life. So, um, that's what, my goal is, my purpose and passion in doing my education and everything is to gain a higher licensure. Um, but also in the mix of that, I've kind of, you know, try to follow this dream and this vision that God's given me. So I'm looking for some angel investors. Looking for a small investment to try and uh, buy some merchandising, and then be able to create more content and reach more people. So thank you for listening.